Why you think you deserve the greatest award?
So you brought the homeboys with you. The old culture cheat code. Scorekeeper, deduct one life.
Did y'all just hear what Sam just said when he said deduct one life? Who is he talking about? Was he talking about anybody? Could he have possibly been talking about Triple X Tentacion? Let's talk about it. So, with the Super Bowl finished and out of the way, I gave it some time, and I have not seen anybody put this correlation together. And it is, I'm just channeling this stuff, and I'm gonna put it out there. So, what is the correlation between Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and Triple X Tentacion? Well, let's start from the beginning. When Triple X was on the scene about 2016 to about 2019, 20, I'm not sure his deceased date, but it was around that time. In this time was a very, very magical time of music. This was when all your little Uzis, your little Pumps, your Juice WRLD, one of my favorite Juice WRLDs, were out with this new music. Me personally, I was not messing with none of this garbage. None of it. However, at this time I had a house and my 19-year-old brother just graduated high school, needed somewhere to go. He came stay with me. Live with Big Bro. So in this time, he was very influential to me when it came to style and when it came to music. At this time, I'm still listening to all my old music, all the Zero, all the UGK, all the Gucci Mane. That's what I used to be on. I'm still rocking. This is about 2014 at this time. I'm still rocking baggy clothes, oversized shirts, and when he came in, he introduced me to a lot of stuff. And I started, my clothes got more fitted, my jeans got skinnier, and the music I was listening to got a little younger and a little bit more hip to the times. So in this time, I discovered Triple X Tentacion, and OMG, what an artist, what a person is. At this time, besides people like Rashad Jamal, I had never seen anybody who embodied the light aspects and the dark aspects of themselves so perfectly. It was unseen at this time. It made this person look like some kind of demon devil, but it also raised a lot of questions because he did not fit that bill. And it raised the questions, is he some kind of dark angel in disguise? And it raised a lot of questions about this individual. However, the music and the influence that he was directly responsible for, the results speak for themselves. So, where does Drake come in? Him and Drake had some kind of beef going on that blew up to proportions unnecessarily. Triple X being an outspoken individual and Drake being on a plateau way up here. I'm not sure how somebody who's way up here is even affected by somebody way down here in their talk, but somehow Triple X was saying things about Drake, about his family and stuff like that, and it was getting to Drake. It was getting to him. He was hearing about it, and it was getting to him, and he couldn't let that slide. Let's talk for a second about Drake's career. Drake has been on the incline his whole career, and at this time when him and Triple X were going at it, I'm not sure how somebody down here how you can even hear somebody. If you're up here, how can you even hear somebody if they're down here? That's beyond me. However, all we know is there came a time where there was a shooting and Triple X and through music and subliminals, Drake has blatantly said that he is the one who Triple X. We all know this. he has mentioned it plenty of times in his music. He's not shy about it. That was one of his staples. That was one of his big dog moves, boss moves, to take out a child. Mind you, Triple X was a child, you know. This isn't like Jay-Z or Lil Wayne no, this was a child that we're talking about. Just got on the scene. So I just wanted to put that out there, you know. And so that's where Drake and Triple X commingled and had their spat and their beef, and that was that. So, next point of business. Where does Kendrick Lamar come in with all this? So let's go back. I recently just saw this and concreted and got receipts for this stuff. I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. He's cool. I'm not a huge Drake fan. He's cool. Whatever. I just now recently saw videos of Kendrick being put on pretty much by Drake. Drake has shouted Kendrick in his early career. Drake has shouted Kendrick out, has put him here, has put him there, spread his name here, spread his name there, for Kendrick to get the limelight, to get to where he's at. That was in direct effect of Drake's pull in the industry and getting Kendrick Lamar to where he is right now. And that's very important that we understand that, you know, because now, in some kind of way, Kendrick is in some kind of way in debt to Drake. All right. So I'm not big. I don't care nothing. I don't care nothing about nobody in the industry. Nothing about what they got going on. However, I'm not seeing anybody put this stuff together. So this is why I'm going into it. So Kendrick Lamar, him being in debt to Drake, I am seeing that this Super Bowl is an attempt to clear Drake's karma. Ooh, we getting somewhere now. So Drake has racked up a huge amount of karmic consequences, of karmic debt. That's what happens when you're in the industry. You know, you get a bunch of free stuff, but you got to give back some kind of way. So it's time for Drake to pay up. That's what all this is about. Drake, it's time for you to pay up. And his price, his debt is pretty heavy because the person that he took out, Triple X, was a chosen one, was God's elect, was one of God's very elect. And we all know you don't mess with God's elect ones. You don't mess with God's chosen. So he has racked up and accumulated some debt that he's not sure how he's going to get out of, but he can feel it. He can feel the flames. So Kendrick Lamar, the biggest person in rap besides Drake, has come in to try to help Drake. I truly don't believe that Kendrick wants anything to do with Drake. However, they are both industry babies. No matter how you slice it, no matter how much you love Kendrick Lamar, he's still an industry baby. And he still has to go through the motions. I do not believe that him and Drake are in cahoots together, but I do believe he owes some people some favors. And this Super Bowl halftime show, it was a memorial to Triple X, and this was an attempt to clear Drake's karmic debt for what he did to Triple X Tentacion. There's in the video of the halftime show, there's a part where all white figures and Kendrick are gathered in the center of an X. And in this X, you can see 3 individual X's in this X that form Triple X. I can't make this up. I'm just here to show you. And just putting all this stuff together, and I believe this was, I see this as an attempt to clear Drake's karmic debt. However, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not here to call to see if it's gonna work, to see if it, hey, I'm just the messenger. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think. Send me a message, send me some comments on what you guys think, and let's keep this going.